Imagine for a moment that your chest isn't just housing a heart, but a precision-engineered hydraulic pump managing a pressure load more intense than a deep-sea submersible. We often treat high blood pressure as a mere statistic on a clinical chart, but in truth, it is a high-stakes balancing act of physics occurring within your arteries every second. For decades, the prevailing narrative has been that a spike in these numbers is simply the biological tax of aging. However, groundbreaking investigative research is turning that assumption on its head. There is a specific hidden mechanism within your vascular walls, a biological relief valve, that most of us are inadvertently keeping locked tight. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on why your internal network of pipes might be struggling. We are revealing an unusual 30-second isometric technique and a specific purple route that modern peer-reviewed data suggest can be as effective as standard prescriptions. To grasp how blood pressure actually functions, envision your circulatory system as a vast, intricate web of high-performance flexible hoses. Every time your heart contracts, it surges blood through this network to deliver life-sustaining oxygen to your cells. Blood pressure is essentially the measurement of that fluid pushing against the hose walls. We track this with two specific numbers: systolic, the pressure during the peak of the pump, and diastolic, the pressure when the heart relaxes to refill. As we age, these hoses can become rigid and narrow, similar to an old pipe suffering from mineral buildup. This rigidity forces the pump to work double time, placing a dangerous load on the entire structure. Research into longevity science confirms that this isn't just a mechanical failure. It is often driven by oxidative stress that causes the vessel walls to lose their natural snap. When this pressure remains elevated, it creates microscopic damage in the vessel lining, which the body attempts to repair with plaque, eventually leading to the restricted flow we all want to avoid. The true treachery of high blood pressure, the silent intruder, is that your arteries can be under immense strain without you feeling a single symptom until the damage is done. It quietly compromises the delicate filtration units in your kidneys and the high-resolution vessels in your eyes and brain. However, modern science is moving beyond just masking these numbers. We are now focusing on the endothelium, the hyper-thin inner lining of your blood vessels. This lining is responsible for producing a miracle molecule known as nitric oxide, which acts as a chemical signal telling your vessels to widen and relax. As we pass age 50, our body's ability to generate nitric oxide can plummet by half. This is that locked valve mentioned earlier. Without this signal, your vessels remain constricted, your heart strains, and your numbers stay in the red zone. Learning how to re-trigger this nitric oxide production is the ultimate master key to vascular health. If this deep dive into your body's hidden physics is shifting your perspective, click that subscribe button right now. Join our Ageless Remedy community. We are dedicated to sifting through complex research from world-class institutions so you can have an informed and empowered conversation with your own physician. We believe that precise knowledge is the best preventative medicine, and by joining us, you ensure you never miss our future deep dives into longevity science. One of the most effective ways to lower blood pressure naturally isn't found in a marathon or a heavyweight set. It is a concept called isometric training. Specifically, researchers discovered that wall sits or stationary planks can be significantly more effective at dropping systolic pressure than standard cardio. When you hold a muscle in a fixed contraction, you create a temporary, localized restriction of blood flow. When you release that hold, your system responds with a massive flush of nitric oxide to rapidly dilate the vessels. This surge acts as a high-intensity workout for your arteries, training them to regain their flexibility. Beyond movement, dietary intervention has evolved far beyond the basic advice of cut the salt. While sodium management is important, modern science proves that what you add to your plate is often more powerful. That purple root mentioned earlier is the humble beetroot. Peer-reviewed trials have shown that the natural nitrates in beets are converted by your body directly into nitric oxide. Clinical data demonstrated that a single daily glass of beetroot juice could trigger a significant pressure drop within hours. By supplying the raw materials for vessel relaxation, you are addressing the root cause of the pressure. Similarly, loading up on potassium-rich foods like spinach and beans assists your kidneys in flushing out excess fluid. We must also consider the midnight cortisol surge and its impact on your vascular tone. Chronic stress keeps your biology in a state of high alert, flooding your bloodstream with hormones that act like a physical clamp on your arteries. Research has now validated that slow-paced breathing can physically rewire this response. By modulating your breath to a specific rhythm, roughly 6 breaths per minute, for 10 minutes a day, you stimulate the vagus nerve to shut down the stress alarm. This provides an immediate drop in heart rate and allows the vascular valve to open. It is a biological override that costs nothing but yields a verified reduction in arterial tension. Ultimately, mastering your blood pressure is about reclaiming your physical autonomy. It is the difference between a cardiovascular system that is struggling to keep up and one that is flourishing. The latest data is undeniable. We are not defined by the date on our birth certificate. By leveraging the physics of isometric holds, the chemistry of nitrate-rich nutrition, and the biology of neurological breathwork, you can effectively rewind your vascular age. Your arteries are not static, rusting pipes. They are a dynamic living tissue that responds to the signals you provide. Start today with a simple 30-second hold or a serving of nitrate-rich greens.